fit and product market fit by Dr. B. Santosh Kumar. Now I request our principal, Dr. A. Ramesh sir, to speak few words.
Very good afternoon, sir. I think your
Good
audio
afternoon,
is
sir.
mute, sir. Very
Good
good.
afternoon, sir.
Sir, thank you so much for your wonderful time in helping us to learn more through this mode. And I think thank you for sparing your valuable time. And I think it's indeed a great pleasure for all our students to get updated with the current knowledge and interact with you. And we wish to see you, if not in offline, someday online to our campus. We want you to visit our campus and grace the students with your knowledge sharing, not only in online, but in offline also in coming future, sir. So with this humble words, I think thank you so much for sparing your time and Jahnavi ma'am for organizing this event. And I think all the students are pretty interested to learn from you more. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dr. B. Santosh Kumar, Professor and Head Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Guru Nanak Institute of Technology, Ibrahimpatnam. He pursued Diploma in Electrical and Electronics Engineering from Director of Technical Education between 1997 to 2000. He continued pursuing Bachelor of Engineering, Computer Science and Engineering from Bhartiyar University between the year 2001 to 2004. With a strong desire in research and development, he pursued and completed his PhD from Anna University, Chennai in the year 2018, which was highly commended. Santosh Kumar has more than 56 publications, in a total of which 24 are journal publications and 32 are conference publications. He has delivered 5 guest lectures and 3 keynote speeches on various occasions. He has filed one patent and he has authored a book titling Database Management System, which was published by Kongunadu Publications India Private Limited in the year 2017. His profile was added to the dictionary researchers in the year 2019 by the World Book of Researchers WBR International UK and USA. He is presently working as Senior Assistant Professor in GMR Institute of Technology, Andhra Pradesh, India. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All correction. I think it was earlier.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My
Yeah.
previous
And
profile.
in fact, I think I have visited your organization twice, sir. Where
Okay,
now
okay.
present Rashid is my close friend, Pharmacy
Okay.
College principal. And
Okay.
earlier Ashok was there. And for short term, Raghu, all of them are our friends. So I think it's
Okay.
indeed a great pleasure to have you. I wish you have known about BVRIT engineering,
Yes,
I
sir.
think.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we are a part of that organization, and we look forward to see you whenever you come to that institution as well, sir. Thank you
Sure,
so much.
sure, sir. Thank you for the opportunity, sir. So the slides are visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So good afternoon, and all present here. So myself, Dr. Santosh Kumar. I'm the Innovation Ambassador for IAC, and I'm Professor and Head in Computer Science and Engineering, Guru Nanak Institute of Technology. This is my 44th lecture in the IAC. So today that I'm going to discuss about that achieving problem solving fit and product market fit. So that the main motto of that MHRD is so that all the students there depends on that any company for recruitment and all. But the thing is that no one is willing to become an entrepreneur. The thing is that there are very less opportunity to become an entrepreneur because that maybe that financially that financial support is that necessary for to become an entrepreneur. Suppose that if you want to start one small scale industry also that it requires some financial support. So for that only that MHRD they initiated and they started that Institution Innovation Council. So there that a lot of series are there, lecture series are there. So that main motto is that the students has to know what are the necessary things they want to become an entrepreneur. because that within a day that we cannot become an entrepreneur. So for that we have to work out very hard. So in that what are the skills are required? So that one only that I'm going to mainly focus on this session, and how the problem solutions are that fitted, and how that we can converted that our solution into that market product. So before going to that I'm going to discuss about that what is innovations. So that if you see this diagram, so all are so during the rainy season that it is completely filled with the water, but all that others are that other people are that they are keeping that umbrella to protect from the that rain only. But last person that he is innovatively that he is thinking that umbrella that he is using look like a boat. So that Thomas Edison that he given that statement that there is a way to do it better and find it. So that innovation, so innovation, it is not, it is a single word, but it is having the different meanings. It may be that idea, intelligence, solutions, inspiration, creativity, and vision. So there is a innovation is a glue between that invention and investment. So normally that invention means that creating new idea and concept, but the innovation is it's not a new idea. So whatever that existing is there, so we have to do some little bit modification. So that is enough for that innovations. That I'll give you that example also in the latest slide. So that innovate is a meaning is that it is a match invention with the people's problems to form a solution. Then that next one is a invest. So these three I's are very, very important indeed that to become an entrepreneur. So that the investment is a commercialized solution via business. So that from Jeffrey Nicholson, that he given that in statement, research is the transformation of money into knowledge, but the innovation is the transformation of knowledge into money. So whenever that you are having that knowledge, so that knowledge that you are converting into money. So for an example, that if you are becoming that entrepreneur, suppose that you are producing one product. So for an example, that during the pandemic time, that maximum the tailors are that they are making that face mask, and from that they earn money. Even that some liquor industry also, they are making that sanitizer. So instead of the liquor, they made sanitizer, and from that sanitizer they made the money. So that is a called as innovation. So we are not that any existing product is there. So from that, whether we can go for that any other product, that is called an innovation. So that innovation, it is a keyword in 2014. It is a very famous keyword in the year of 2014. Almost 65,000 books are available, which is related to innovation in Amazon website, and 20 million plus that search was that keywords that innovation keyword was searched in that Google in the year of 2014. So it described that everything from incremental that improvement in technology to revolutionary changes that impact the society. Then that what is meant by that innovation? So innovation happen that when someone improves on or makes a significant contribution to something that has already been invented. Suppose that you are doing only the small changes. So the small changes also that you can apply with that innovation. So suppose that all the pencils are in the round shape only. So instead of that round shape, that you can go for the triangle shape. So if you're keeping if you're producing that pencil in the triangle shape, means you can hold that pencil very the grip also that it is very good. So that instead of going that round shape, that we can go for that only we are changing that shape only. So instead of the round shape, we are changing it to that triangle shape. So that is also one of the innovations. So the innovations happens when someone improve on or makes a significant contribution to something that has already been invented. And then converting the knowledge into a wealth is called as that innovation. So innovation is a complex process. Even defining is problematic. And that we are discussing about that what is innovation. So innovation is improving the product, process, and services. It is not that inventing product, process, or service. So can you see this diagram? So that he is a great personality. So he only discovered that telephone. So he's a Thomas Alva Edison. So Thomas Alva Edison does discover that telephone. So with help of that cable that they are transmitting that our voice messages. So this is a next. So this is also that it is a cordless phone. Initially, they use that both are using for that communication only. So initially they used that wired, but now that previous that actually before generation they are using that cordless phone, so which is having without wire that we can communicate. So this is our generations. So we are now that we are using the smartphone. So smartphone there is that no aerials are required. So initially the for cordless phones and all that we required that aerial. So we have to search that signals. So then only that we can do everything. Then that we are talking about the design thinking. So whatever that I told that see, it is all comes under that design thinking. So the design thinking is a method for creative problem solving. So the focus of the design thinking process is entirely that user centric. So here that we are using that various techniques. So actually that we are creating one model. So according to the model only that we are following. So it is comes under the design thinking. So it is a non-linear process. So that it is popularized by the Tim Brown and David Kelly, so of IDEO and Stanford D School. So they are the founder of this technology. So initially that previous and all that some talk was going on, but that these two people only they streamlined and they created a model. So it is a structured creative problem solving process, but enables innovation and positive impact. So it is a human centered that design process, which is truly understand and emphasize the with the user. So there are 5 different stages are there. So in the design thinking, the first stage is emphasize, then define, ideate, prototype, and test. So the next that we'll discuss that in elaborate manner. So design thinking is like a double diamond process. So because that whenever that we are discover something, so that time our mind in the diverge stage. So suppose that I'm telling that one problem. For an example that you have to find the given number is odd or even. For that there may be n number of solution. So that in your mind also that you are thinking in that n number of ways. So that is called the discover stage. So our mind in the diverse stage. But whenever that we are defining, so for an example that for that today I'm giving one topic, so that you have to find this what are the problems are there. You have to find what are the pros and what are the cons are there. So you have to find, and tomorrow that you have to conclude with your 5 minute speech means. So that time that in during that time that whenever that we are defining the discovering the problem, so that time that your mind will be thinking in n number of ways. But whenever that you are presenting, that means when you are defining that your problem, so that time that you are going to tell only that one solution. So you're not going for that n number of solutions. So from the n number of solution that you're finally that you're taking only one solution, that solution only that you are going to present. So that is called the define. So it means that that time that you are from the diverge, so your mind will come to the converge stage. Then the next stage is the development stage. So in the development stage means there may be n number of opportunities are there. Suppose that you can take that any application that you want to develop that application means you may have that lot of languages are there. So that in the lot of languages you can go for that implementation. So that time that it is your mind again that diverse. So then that when you are delivering that product, that time that you used only that one programming language. So from that programming language only that you are creating that one application. So that time that when you're delivering again it will come the diverge. So it start from the converge to diverge to converge, diverge to converge. So it is look like a double diamond process. Then in design thinking dimension, so that when you're thinking means that we may have that lot of mindset and corporate strategy, and there may be a lot of process that there are a lot of toolbox may be available to solve the problems. So that here that different stages, the first thing is that emphasizes. So emphasizes means that here that we are developing a deep understanding of the challenge or problems. So here that whenever, for an example, that one customer is coming approaching you to do some project means the first thing is that you are asking that what is that particular project, whether that what type of application it is, then what are the requirements are there. So like that you're collecting some information. So that is called as emphasis. So then that we next stage is it's a define stage. So here that we are clearly articulate the problem you want to solve. So that means that already that your whatever that whatever that problem that they are given. So for that you are finding that some solution. So in that solution that you are, whether that it is already implemented or not, so that you are going to check. So that you are defining that you are clearly articulate the problems. The next one is the ideate. So ideate means that we are using the brainstorming technology. So a lot of brainstorming technology is there. So the brainstorm that potential solutions and select and develop your solutions. So suppose that you are, for an example, that I'm telling the topic to that students. So tomorrow that for these topics that you have to prepare. So what are the pros are there? What are the cons are there? So for that I'm going to conduct that debate. So from that I'm going to decide that which solution is suitable for that particular problem, like that I'm giving. So in that I'm conducting the debate, so that some people they may agree for that, or some people they may disagree for that. So some people may tell that what are the drawbacks are there, what are the advantages are there, like that. So from that we can easily conclude. So that is called that ideate. So nowadays that ideathon, that hackathon, that lot of events are conducting, because that problem statement is given. So for that problem statements that we have to define, we have to do some programming. From the programming that we have to find some solutions. The next stage is it's a prototype. So the prototype is a design a prototype or a series of prototypes to test all or part of your solution. So the prototype means, suppose that when they are going to construct one temple means, before constructing the temple, they are going to create one model. So that whatever that materials they are going to use, or what are the metals they are going to use. So like that metals are materials they are going to use, and they will construct one simple model. So from that model that they are going for that approval and everything. So once that once they got approval means, they are going to for that final implementations. Then that next stage is a test stage. So in the test stage that we are engaging a continuous short cycle innovation process to continually improve your design. So that whatever the product is there, so that you need the testing only. So without testing, that if you are delivering the product means that sometimes that it may give the wrong output also. Suppose that if you are purchasing that one vehicle, so it may be a two-wheeler or it may be a four-wheeler. So they are telling that mileage, so that particular vehicle that will give the mileage up to 25 kilometers. For an example, that if you are purchasing car. So if the car is not giving the 25 kilometers means that if the car is giving only that 5 kilometers or 10 kilometers means it is not worth. So whatever that product is purchased, it is that worst product only. Then that we are discussing about that analytical and intuitive thinking. So that analytical thinking means, so that for an example, it is a produce a consistent and predictable results. Suppose that analytical thinking, for an example, that if you take that civil engineer, so civil engineer, they are going to construct a building. So according to the plan. So whatever the plan is there, so with the plan only that they are going to execute. Apart from that, they are not think that anything. But intuitive thinking is look like that architect. Suppose that architect that we are assigning on building means, so that he will construct, so whatever that building constructed, he will give that beautiful here. He is adding that some beautiful things, and he is giving that extra flavor to that particular building. So it will become that it will project in the excellent manner. So and also that for civil engineer they are getting only that 30 to 40,000 salary per month. But the thing is that for architect that they are getting the 3 lakhs to 4 lakhs salary, because the thing is that whatever that prerequisite is there, so that only that they are going to construct. So what if suppose that they are a civil engineer, they are having one blueprint means, so according to the blueprint only they are going to construct. But the architect is they are giving that additional things. Additional things means with help of that pastor of Paris, they will do some design, so that they will make that it is more attractive, that building that they are going to make us attractive, or they are using some materials to give that beautiful elevations. So like that. So here that if you're taking that analytical thinking, it is 100% reliability. But if you're taking that intuitive thinking, it's 100% validity. So in between that, actually that design thinking is a 50-50 mixture of that analytical thinking and intuitive thinking. So then that we are comparing the traditional problem solving with the design thinking. So the traditional problem solving, that it is a precise planning, but the design thinking it's a trial and error. Then in traditional problem solving that we are avoiding failures, but in design thinking we are learning from failure. So suppose that one architect that he is doing some design means, so that we are not satisfied means again that they will remove the design and they will do once again. It is not that completely they are going to destroy that particular building and they are going to do. The thing is that what are the additional things they did with the help of that, maybe it may be a material they used or they may use that plaster of Paris like that. Then in traditional problem solving, it is throughout analysis, but in design thinking, it's throughout testing only. Then that for traditional problem solving, it is a presentation, but in design thinking, it's a small experiments. Then in traditional problem solving, it is focused on customers. Here in design thinking, it is making that strong relationship between that customer and the that whomsoever the people. It is a strong customer relationship, because that once that suppose that I'm constructing that some 8 to 9 apartment in one particular area means, so I'm giving that contractor only one building. So in that building, that if I'm satisfied with that particular architect means, so then I will give that another building also. So they can do like that. Then that for traditional problem solving, that it is an intermediate, and it design thinking, it's a continuous process. Here in traditional problem solving, that here we are going to think only, but in design thinking we are doing also. Next, the comparison between the creativity and innovation. So that creativity is the input and innovation is the output. So the creativity can be described as bringing a unique approach and a way of thinking to the way you do things. But innovation can be that thought of as the result of the creative process. It is ending up with that new and better product or service. So in creativity, that things up the new idea. So whenever that you're dreaming, so that time that your mind in the creative mode. So in the creative mode means that you will think that different ideas. But that innovation means that we are putting into that action. So whenever that creative things are there, we cannot convert all the creative things through that innovation. So only that one option, one or two only, that we can convert into that actions. Then the definition for the creativity is that bringing into that existence an idea that is new to you. Then that innovation is a practical application of creative ideas. Then here that we are using the word called creative thinking. So that it is an innate talent that you were born with a set of skills that can be learned, developed and utilized in daily problem solving. So that people are telling that those who are actually that we require that creative thinking. Otherwise that for an example that so people are thinking in that one way means the creative thinker are thinking in the different ways. Suppose that one solution will be there means all are following one solution means the creative thinker will think in the different way. Why can't we go for this like that? So there are that creative solutions are more than ideas, so they must work in the real world. A creative solution has three attributes. One is new, useful, and feasible. That new means that it is a whatever that solutions are there, it will be new only. So it will be useful means then it can that it will solve the problem. Then if it is feasible means then it is given that misses the real world constraints like money and time. Then there are different types of innovations. So first one is a business model innovation. Suppose that I want to purchase one laptop, the configuration is 1 TB and that RAM size is 16 GB means I'm comparing with that different vendors. So for an example, you take this that HP and Dell laptop, but both the laptops are not in the same price, because that some laptop, for an example, you take it as that HP. So HP that if I want 1 TB 1 TB hard disk and 256 16 GB RAM means, so that cost will be that more, because that they will give that additional facility. It means that they may give that 3 years warranty also, or sometimes that they may include that OS operating system freely, and they can give that Microsoft Office package that freely like that. So because of that, that people are preferring that only that HP laptop when compared to the Dell laptop. Then the next one is a process innovation. So in the process innovation means that how that we are implementing that new or significantly improved productions or delivery method. So for an example, that if you are taking that delivery by product delivered by Amazon and Flipkart, so it is that entirely different, because that for Amazon means that if you are prime customer means, so you can so the delivery charges is, it is free of cost only. But if you take that Flipkart means that if you are purchasing the product more than 500 rupees only, that they will give only for that certain products, but not for all products. Even some product that if you're purchasing that 100 rupees, 1,000 rupees also, they may charge. It depends on that product and whom that product seller. But the thing is that if you are an Amazon customer means that you will get that delivery in free of cost. But the thing is that the first condition is you will be, if you are a prime customer, then only that you can get that benefit. And for that, if you want to enjoy that benefit means the first thing is that you have to pay some 1,500 rupees for the subscriptions. So in the subscription also they will add that Amazon videos, Amazon music, or that Amazon what are that product XYZ is there. So they will add and they can go for, you can use that particular product. So that delivery method also it is different. So that maybe that people are those are Amazon Prime customers means, so they definitely they will go, they will purchase the product from Amazon only. Suppose the product cost is 300 or 400 means, if you're purchasing in Flipkart means you have to pay that delivery charges. But the same product that if you're Amazon Prime customer means it will be free for you. So the people will prefer that according to that one only. Then that product innovation, so how the product is innovatively represented. Suppose that you want to purchase a cup and saucer. So if the cup and saucer, the shape is that ordinary shape means that you won't prefer that. The thing is that if it is that colorful, that they are giving that additional colors, or that they are using some curveness in the that top, like that, that if they are manufacturing it is in the different manner means, so you can automatically that your mind will fix to purchase that product only. And also services. So services means that how much, for an example, that some product they will sell with the 3 years warranty or 3 years guarantee, like that. So you know that in the guarantee period that you can exchange that product, or for suppose that if the product got damaged also, that you may get the replacement. But the thing is that warranty period they will give only the certain things that they will give the replacement. Suppose that your mobile was broken means, so that they won't give that replacement offer and all. Then these are the three components of creativity. That one is expertise, then motivation, and creative thinking skills. So that expertise means that expertise in a word or knowledge or technical and technical, procedural and intellectual. The motivation means it is a not all motivation is created equal, and inner passion to solve the problem at hand leads to solution far more creative than do external rewards such as money. So suppose that you are playing one game, for an example that you can take it as that any game. Suppose that you are completing that one level means, so they will give some rewards. So from that reward that you can, it will be useful to complete the next level. So like that. Or otherwise that if they are not giving that any reward means that after that completing that some 4 to 5 levels, automatically that the game will be bored, then automatically you are going to uninstall that particular applications or game. Then creative thinking skills. So the creative thinking skills determine how flexible and imaginatively the people approach that particular problem. So these are the some myths about that creativity. The smarter you are, the more creative you are. So that because that always that people are telling that the one person is that very much smart means he is thinking the he is giving that solution for the particular problem in that different way. That people only that we are mostly that we are going to like. And the next thing is that the young are more creative than the old, because the why the statement is given is that for an example that some old people they are telling that for an example that one problem is there means, so for that problem so you have to take only this solution, like that they will tell, because that they already comes across that across that problem. So they think that this is a very suitable for that particular problem. But the thing is that apart from there will be n number of solutions. So that solution may be very, very easy also, but they are not taking that particular risk. Then the next statement is that creativity is reserved for a few, the flamboyant risk takers. So normally that flamboyant risk takers means the people that want to take risk. Suppose that if you are going to that one circus means, so in that the within that fire, that for an example that they are keeping the ring, so in the ring that they kept that fire, and also within the fire that people are jumping into that particular ring. So that kind of people call that flamboyant risk takers. They know that risk will be there, but the thing is that they wantedly they want to take that particular risk. And also that bike riders. So suppose that bike riders are there means, so usually that the people that they who don't want to wear the helmet. So without that helmet also they can ride the bike in that 100 kilometers speed also, even that they are riding the bike in a single wheel, that it is wheeling, that it is calling as wheeling. So even that they want to prefer that wheeling also. So that kind of people are called that flamboyant risk takers. Then that creativity is a solitary act, then that you cannot manage that creativity. So it means that whether that you can control your mind, your control your dreams. So for an example that today night I'm going to sleep. So in that I have to instruct my mind that so today that only that I need only these kind of dreams only. I don't want that any other dreams like that. Whether we can instruct that our brain, it is not at all possible. Likewise, that creativity also that we cannot manage. Suppose that you can heard that some problem means automatically your mind is thinking in that different way. Then that comparison, that is a basic comparison between invention and innovations. So that meaning is that invention refers to the occurrence of an idea for a product or process that has never been made before. But invention, it means that it is a new one. But the innovation is that implies that implementation of idea for productions or process for the very first time. Then that that in the invention that it is a creation of their new product, but innovation is adding that value to the something that already existing. Then that in the concept wise, it is a original idea and it's working in theory, but in the innovation, it's a practical implementation of new idea. Then that skills are required is that for invention means that we require that scientific skills, but for innovation that we need the set of marketing, technical and statistical skill. Then that when it is occur means that new idea strikes a scientist. Suppose that during the corona time that they invented that many medicine. So that also that only that problems are happening. So that time that something will strike in the mind. And that the innovation is a need is a felt for a product or improvement in existing product. Then that it's concerned with that single product or process, but that innovation is a combinations of various product and process. Then that invention is purely it is limited to the R&D department. It means that inventions, all the inventions are comes under that only research. But innovation is a spread across the organization. It means that after that research also that we can go for that innovation. So how that we are going to sell the product? It means that you have an idea. So that idea that you need the society and the marketplace. So first thing is that you have to idea generation will be there. So here that idea generation will be there. So then here the marketplace. In between that what will happen? So that is called that how to convert that market fit. The solution into that market fit. So here that new needs are there. So the needs of society and the marketplace. Then here that research and research, design and development. Then the prototype productions, then manufacturing, then marketing and sales. Finally, it is in the marketplace. So this is one of the example of that how the product is converted into that market. How the problems fit is converted to that market fit. So these are the drivers for innovation. So the first thing is that financial pressures to reduce cost and increase that efficiency, do more with less or etc. Then that increase the competition, then shorter products shorter product life cycles, then value migrations, then stricter regulations, then industry and community needs for sustainable development, then increased demand for accountability, then it will be the demographic, social and market changes, then that it is rising their customer expectation regarding service and quality, and it changed that economy. It is a greater availability of potentially useful technologies coupled with a need to exceed the competition in these technologies. Then we are comparing that innovation with the creativity. So that innovation is the introduction of new or improved product, service, and process. That creativity is the imagination of ideas to create something. So then innovation is related to that implementation, but creativity is related to that imagination only. So that innovation can be measured, but creativity cannot measure, because that we cannot give the target for that creativity. Then that it is that innovation is related to observation, but creativity is related to experience. Then the risk of failures are more in innovation, but there is no direct risk factor in the creativity. Then the cost of implementation of innovation is high, but that only thing is that we are cost of employee time. It means that whenever that we are dreaming means that we are wasting some time. Then that innovation is an organization process, but creativity is personal quality. So these are some of the keywords which we are using related to that innovation thinking. So under motivation, dreams, passion, discovery, curiosity, challenge, fun, and rewards. Under attitude, that value creation, creative dissatisfaction, open mind, breaking rules, risk taking, learning, etc. So under the skills, that inventing, observation, questioning, imagination, etc. So here the our brain is divided into two parts. So which part that you will like? So because that in the white color, so whatever that white color is there, it is a logic part, but in the colorful, it is called as creative part. So that whenever that I'm showing this image to that any student or any kids also, even that newly born kid also, so it will like only the colorful image, because that in the colorful image that creativity is there, but there is no logic is there. We don't want that any logic, but the thing is that we want only the creativity. Next, that we are going to discuss about the technology readiness level. So the technology readiness level, which is called as TRL. So TRL, that it is actually basics for that how the product is converted into that market fit. So the TRL are the method for understanding the technical maturity of technology during its acquisition phase. The TRL allows that engineer to have a consistent data of reference for understanding technology evolution regardless of the technical background. So this technology is completely developed by NASA. So because of whatever that inventions are there, so that is only that defense purpose only, that all the what is the product is developed. For an example, that if you take the computer, so the computers also they made only for the defense purpose only. So later only that that IBM they converted into that commercial purpose. So this is developed by the NASA in the year of 1970 for space exploration technology. So TRL measures the maturity level of technology throughout its research, development, and deployment phase progressions. So the TRL, that basically that it is the TRL scales are based on that 1 to 9. So 9 is the most mature technology. So it starts from that basics. So basics means that it is a 1, and that final level is it is 9. So the many organizations that have implemented the TRL for their own purpose. So with certain organizations such as European Union further normalize that NASA readiness level definitions, allowing for easier translation to multiple industry sectors, not just space exploration. Because whenever that model is created, so that model, that for an example that I created one model for my application, means that model is maybe suitable for that your application also. So only thing is that small changes are required. So this is the basic thing for the TRL. So that diagram is it is a Darwin theory. So in the Darwin theory, that the Darwin is telling that humans are that comes from that monkey only. So that initially that they start from this stage, and finally that this stage. So it is a Darwin theory. It means that it is a drastically that improving that way of walking also. So this is the TRL level. So that initially it starts from TRL 1. It is a basic principle and are reported. Then the TRL2, it is a technology concept and are that application formulated. Then TRL3, it is analytical and experimental critical functions and are the characteristics proof of concept here that we are using. Then TRL4 is a concept components and are that breadboard validation in laboratory environment. Then the TRL5 is a component. And the TRL6 is that it depends on the prototype. So how that prototypes they are going to design. Then TRL7 is its system prototype demonstration. Then TRL8 is that actual system completion that it is we are sending for the testing. So once that in TRL9, the once the testing is done, that means that we are going for that implementation purpose. Yeah, that they detailedly explain that in the TRL1, so it is a basic principle observed. So that example is that scientific observation made and reported. So example that it could include that paper-based studies of technology basics property. So normally that whenever that you are going to start the project means the first thing is that you have to do that literature survey. So from the literature survey you will get some ideas. So from that only that you are going to for an example that you have to present, you have to do some presentation. So from that only that you are going to choose the topic or which area that you are going to do. So that is the first TRL1 stage. It's a basic principle observed. Then the next one is the technology and concept formulated. So in this stage only that what are the technology that we are going to use. So what is the existing technology? What is the proposed technology? Everything that we are going to discuss. Then the third one is the experimental proof of concept. So here that it is in the we are going to study and what are the for an example that it is like a that literature survey only. So once that literature survey done, so from that we can we can conclude that with what are the methodology that they are using for that particular problem and what methodology that it is suitable for that our problem, like that we can conclude. Then the fourth TRL4 is a technology validated in lab. So that in the lab means that they are going for some practically they are going to start that implementation, small implementations. Then the TRL5 is the technology validated in relevant environment. So it is a reliability of technically significantly increased. Then in TRL6 is a technology demonstrated in the relevant environment. It means that that prototype, that system verified that here that we are completely that we are going to make some prototypes. So from the prototype that we are checking that whether that particular prototype is suitable for that real implementation or not. Like that. Then the seventh one is a system model or prototype demonstration in operational environment. So here that the major step increases in technological maturity. Then that eighth one is a system complete and qualified. So here that once that the system is completed, then that we can go for that next selling purpose. Then the ninth one is the actual system proven in operational environment. So here that system model proven and ready for that full commercial deployment. And basically that we are dividing into that three parts. The first one is the TRL 1 and 1, 2, 3. It is comes under research part. Then 4, 5, 6 it comes under development part, and 7, 8, 9 it is comes under deployment part. So that research part means it is a basic principles and concept and application formulation, then concept validation. Then the deployment means here that we are experimental pilot and demonstrating pilot and industrial pilot. It means that pilot means it's a prototype. So that what are the prototypes are there? So we are going to test and we are going to demonstrate and we are going for that some commercial purpose also that we may use that. Then finally the deployment means that here that we are implementing and that we are releasing that different versions. Suppose that on product is released means so that if any flaws are there means so that again that they will redo that one, then they will send that update. So suppose that 1.0 is released means that then they are going to release that 1.1 or 1.2 or 2.1 like that they will release. So it is a version. So version means that if any flaws are there means they're not directly rectify that issue. So they will what are the problems are there? So they will that rectify. Suppose that you are purchasing one mobile. So in that particular mobile that if you're using for calling purpose means within the 2 to 3 minutes that mobile will become that the heat will be lot of heat will be produced means if you're giving the complaint means automatically that they will give some update softwares. update versions. So if you're updating that one means automatically that your problem will be solved. Then that already that existing that systems that have what are the minimum levels are required. Suppose that you take it as that is a drug, so it is including the drug delivery. So the TRL4 is required. It means that it is a efficacy and safety of candidate drug formulation in demonstrated in a defined animal model. Then that if you're going for the regenerative medicine means that TRL4 is that required. Then that vaccine means that TRL4. Then clinical trial means it's TRL5. Then devices and diagnostics means the TRL4. Then bioinformatics means it is TRL5. Then that industrial biotechnology or secondary agriculture means it's a TRL4. Then agriculture means it's a TRL5. Then agriculture and fisheries means the TRL5. Then veterinary means TRL5. Then clean energy and environmental solution means that it is TRL4 is required. Then the next is that so that now that we discuss about the technical uh, TRL that one. The next is that we are going for the commercialization. How that we are going for the commercialization. So before that going that we want to know that what is the meaning of the commercialization. So as per that Merriam-Webster, that the meaning of commercialization is to manage a business basic for profit. In English Oxford Living Dictionary, it is mentioned that it is a process of managing or running something principally for financial gain. And in Oxford English Dictionary, it is mentioned that to render that commercialization make a matter of trade. In Wikipedia, that they are giving that explanation for commercialization is it is a process of introducing a new product or product method into commerce, making it available on the market. Then that exact meaning of that commercialization is a process of introducing a new product, a service, a process or productions method into the market. So it is called as that commercialization. So commercialization is a process. It's a non-linear. It is not a linear moves like the balls in pinball machine. So it is not that, for an example, that it is not gradually increasing. So sometimes it may increase or it may decrease. Increase, it may decrease. Then commercialization relates to that business development or new business discovery, which includes that both government and non-government markets. So what is the process of commercialization? So commercialization is defined as a process that starts with the techno market insights and ends with the sustainable functions of the market complete product. So there are a lot of process there. So it consists of five main stages. One is imaging, incubating, demonstrating, promotion, and sustain. So as per that MHRD also that they mentioned that all the colleges that they have to create one incubation center. So the meaning of that incubation center is that when the product before developing the product, we have to test, we have to keep that product in the incubations. So normally that in the for an example that um, in the hospitals also they are keeping that incubation that machines. So suppose that baby are born in that less months means suppose that baby born in that 6 months or 7 months means they are keeping in the incubation. So in the incubation that every day, every hours or every second minutes they are checking that child that how that child is reacting, whether that child is getting that whether the child is having that any issues, whether that the child is having that any breathing problem or any heart problems or like that, that every second or every minute they are monitoring. So this is the diagram that how that product is created in the lab and is sent to that market level. The first one is the innovation, then second one is the invention disclosure, then third one is the intellectual property assessment. So that here that main thing is that intellectual property assessment. So that intellectual property assessment, it comes under IPR. IPR means it's intellectual property rights. So which covers that our patent, copyrights, or trademark, so anything. So for an example that you are developing, you are designing one product. So for an example, that product that you are getting that you're filing that patent means whenever that other companies are producing that particular product means you can file a case against that particular company. You can get this some compensation. So for an example that if you're having the patent means that in two ways that you can earn that money. One is that you can completely sell that particular patent to that some XYZ company, or else that whenever that you are that particular company is using means they have to give the royalty. For an example, the textbooks that we are writing. So what are the textbooks that we are writing? So in the textbooks that we are getting that some remunerations. So then that intellectual property for the fourth stage is intellectual property filing. Then the fifth stage is commercialization assessment. Then that start a company, find a partner, then that negotiate the license. Then finally that follow up and support. So it start with the research and development and then the disclosing that inventions, then review process, then intellectual property protections, then marketing invention to industry, then licensing that invention for commercial use. Finally, the product and services, then that we will get the royalty and investment incomes. So this is the commercialization of knowledge. So there are that university roles also there. There are company roles are there. So then that in the university roles, it means that in the research that whenever that you are discovering any product means, so that product, that first thing is that you have to have, yeah, you need some idea plus that innovation technology. So in the lab that you are creating that model, then that you are evaluating in the lab level, then that finally that you are converting that research into the product. So first thing is that prototype is needed. Then that prototype, after developing the prototype, that we can go for the product and evaluation. Finally, the technology licensing. So this is a Michigan Tech that one implementation process is there. So they are dividing this process into assessment phase and implementation phase. So then the assessment phase also that there are some 3 stages are there. So then that implementation phase, there are 4 stages are there. Start from that value proportion, then competitive advantage, then market opportunity. So these are comes under assessment phase, then implementation phase, that commercialization strategy, then proprietary productions, then commercialization implementation, finally licensing revenue. So whenever, for an example, that if you're starting the company means that you have to apply for the license. After getting the license only that you can go for that commercialization. Then step by step guide for that inventor. That first one is the invention, then that prior to public disclosure innovation report. So here means that it is dealing with that IPR. And finally that you evaluate, then product, then path to market. So here that there are 2 different possibilities are there. The one thing is that we are whenever that you are, if you are having that money means that you have to form a startup, then launch, then you have to apply for licensing and that venture support. Or you don't have money means that, or investment means that you can find a partner, then you can approach that market, then that you can finally that you can get the license. So finally that you can go for the commercialization and you can get the revenue. So these are the 3 contractual parts for collaborations. The one is that licensing technology, license technology, which comes under that patents and copyrights. So if you're having that patents and copyrights, that you can after filing that, that you can tie up with some other institute, or you can sell that product to that some other company also. So then that you can go for joint development also, or proprietary dedicated development. So this is one of the inventions. So that in the year of 1976 that he filed on patent for TV control device. So initially that time that the remote was not introduced. So that manually only that we have to go and change the TV channel. So that time that he invented that this device. So with help of that device that he is changing the TV channels. Then the next one is that it is a pet umbrella and combined that pet lease and umbrella. So the 2 in purpose that they are using, that either that you can hold here and you can go for that walking and all, or else that in the rainy season also that it is useful for that pet. So your idea will be, it will be useful for that multiple applications like that $650. For an example, that $650 we are using for cough, we are using for COVID, and we are using for headache, body pain, etc. So that what are the solutions are there? So that solution will meet that all or somewhat that problem. So that type of invention only required. So thank you for your patience. So for any queries are there, so you can mail me to that this mail address, or you can contact through that my WhatsApp number. So that this number is my WhatsApp number. If you have any problem related to filing a patent or that copyrights or that anything means that you can contact through this number. So this is my personal website that here you can see my credentials. Thank you.
Any questions? Thank you so much, sir, for taking out a part from your busy schedule and letting us know about the valuable information. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you once again for giving me the opportunity. Thank you to all.